this is really cool. I'm actually hooked on this. I'm not looking at filigree in the same way. It's great for layering, but this makes it even more fun. And I want to just show you a couple of the pieces up front and kind of tell you how I achieved the surface treatment. So like I said in this beginning, this is actually the same piece. If you look on the back, I've gone ahead and I hammered it with the round face of the chasing hammer. And then to get the copper, I just sanded the back side of this with about 220 or 120 sandpaper, and that just catches your texture. It looks a lot better on this side where it was raised up. The other thing you can do is, for this one, I actually spray painted it first, and then this has a few different steps. I spray painted it with an enamel paint, then I flattened it and hammered it just like I showed you with this one. And then when I hammered it, that actually had the paints start flaking off, which you might want to wear safety goggles if that's happening. And then I put some alcohol inks over the top, which we'll talk about that a little bit more in the next chapter on patinas. But hammered filigree is A-okay with me. I love it, and it really personalizes the look of it. The other thing I'm loving is, the skeleton keys have a round surface, and I couldn't, I was hooked on those for a long time too, and now I'm kind of attracted to these flat keys because they're really easy to texture, and you can use whatever hammer, but these, you gotta hit it a little bit harder, and actually, if you're looking to deaden the sound of your hammering, put it on a dish towel or something that's a little bit more absorbing of the sound. But you gotta kind of hit this a little bit harder. But you can see how it starts to give you that little planished look. And you can also use your straight edge hammer around certain sections of it, if you like, to give it that cool texture. These are some pre-made findings. They're actually called bead bars, and there's a couple different things that you can do to them. For this one, here I just used the straight edge on face of my hammer, and you just hold it down, and you kind of want to pay attention to where your hole is here too. I didn't at first, so it faces outward wherever you want. But you can hammer those and give it a really cool texture. Make it your own. And then you can see that these will hold your bead bar or your beads in place, and that looks pretty nifty. I've used those on this piece over here, and the other way you can kind of alter them to suit your style is with the flat face of the chasing hammer, and you can kind of really hit the end of it where the bald end is kind of hard, and then I kind of like tapering it down so you hit a little bit lighter at the end. And you'll see the finish is flaking off, which doesn't mean they aren't quality. They just never intended for someone to be hammering on them. But what I like to do then is just run over the top with a little bit of sandpaper, scratch them up, and you've got some custom pieces. It looks nice with the rigid one too. That removes your gold finish and leaves you with silver. And these would just, like with a little bead, these would make some really cool earrings.